this time. Well. Back again. Episode 2 this time. Well, here we go again. Let's do this one last time. Except it's not really one last time. Anyway, Season 2 is a burning season. I have no idea whether anyone guessed it, but if you put it in the comments, then I'll pin the comment. But still, anyway, back into the Fortnite creative seasons. Why is it so laggy right now? Okay, I'll try ignore it. Okay, so yeah, this is really laggy. Okay, anyway, so the storyline is a ton of meteors hit. The ones that were here just like leaks lava everywhere. That's not very realistic, I know, but still, it's the best I could do. So, like, there's a huge lava biome. The slap factory is just like, oh, I need to work on lava better in this season. And it's not the end of the world for now. You know, so, like, a ton of the slap factory, like, the slap factory just got consumed by lava. We even had, like, a lava waterfall just going into the ocean. And then this place got turned into like a main lava biome. And it actually went really well. Like I can't describe how well this went. And we also did our first boss, which was actually really good. He has a chance to drop an explosive repeater rifle mythic, or a legendary dragon breath, or Raz's explosive bow mythic, I think. And he has 5,000 starting health, 5,000 max health, and 75 shield. So he has a decent amount of health for like our first boss and stuff. And then I also built like the gnomes and bears riding around on logs with like paddles and stuff, like this. And then I also built like well, my friend built like an Aladdin reference, but yeah. And then we also did like this mini slurp truck trying to jump across the lava. Obviously, it's not going to be able to though. So, and we did a ton of sinking stuff in the lava, like this train, and we did the bears floating on logs and using their paddles as well, which went quite good. Overall, that went really well, to be honest. But we also did them just like collecting honey pots and just stacking them on the boat while this guy's got his telescope out. Like on the other one, how he's the only one with a lantern here, and he's the only one with a telescope. What is this like? He's the only one with a telescope. So it went like quite well that, and we also did like a few of them just floating around like this. Oh yeah, this one. Are you serious? Yeah, we also did like this gnome who's just like got his head in a honey pot and just floating on the lava. He's lucky to be alive right now. Anyway, this location is named Lavery Lake. This map might get published soon. And I would recommend landing here since it has one of 2 bosses in this map. Anyway, when will the lag go away? So we have like a massive mountain here. Well, yeah, that was in last season as well. But in case you didn't watch last season or last episode, this was like a mountain with like a cave. It was basically like a hollowed inside with a cave in it, which went like that idea was just amazing. But anyway, the coral buddies have started making their hideout in it, so now it's turning into Coral Cave or Coralling Cave. You know, so they've converted the main skull area and turned it into like a bit of a corally place of coral buddies, maybe like a coral buddy house as well, and like, yeah, they've converted it quite a bit. So, yeah, and there's also like a ton of flying clam clusters as well, which my friend thought of, and it was actually genius. Anyway, and since like anyway, back to like storyline wise, since some of the meteors hit like the map, a few just like didn't really leak any lava out of them. They were more just like space rocks. So they hit here, and like vines and stuff have grown all over them and made like a little bit of a swamp biome. And there's like swamp trees. There's a boss, which wait a sec, I'll go and show you. There's a boss here who's drops the mythic Spire Assassin's Primal Shotgun. Really good weapon, by the way. Except when your friends are spraying you with it. Yeah, and then there's this massive meteor, which is kind of like the main point of that biome, and there's like destruction from the old place as well, like the neo-tilted buildings, cyberpunk buildings, and mega buildings and stuff. And then Tilted Town got a bit bigger, so this has got a bit more futuristic. The slurp truck's now small for some reason. The Little Whip's place is just like tidier. And then they added, we added another Wild West building there. In fact, is it 2 I added? Stop. Like it. Okay. And then the stable, that's pretty much stayed the same, except we put that dragon balloon on it. And so there isn't animals in here this time, but what is wrong with this season, bro? I swear those barrels here. It's not the end of the world. I'll place them back later. Anyway, this is Towny Tilted, and the Tilted clock tower is still really good, except there's no chest here this time. So this clock tower is still really good. You know, and this season went really well. Obviously, the rift's not going to be there anymore to the other mod bench because it doesn't exist anymore. And there's like a slurp barrel and some Peter's boxes and stuff still like around here to like show that the shelter has been used. Anyway, what I was saying about these statues last episode is I put a few more of them around the map. That one I gave a crown, and we put 2 Moai, desert Moai statues. I even pressed fly then. Anyway, put 2 more desert Moai statues on top of the desert arch thing. You know, and we just like, it looks really good. We also put like a few Jonesy heads around, like desert ones. The cave over here has pretty much stayed the same, except it's got slightly worse. Well, let's just check. Swear, if it stopped lagging, that'd be nice. Yeah, no, so like, yeah, it stayed pretty much the exact same, except it's got a little worse. Watch it stop lagging, that'd be so nice. Sorry for complaining so much, it's just, I'm British, it's kind of what we do. Anyway, the coral buddy set up like a... It's better if I just like walk for some reason. The coral buddy set up like a desert village here, and they started like transporting stuff from different places, from like places. So there's supplies in back of trucks and stuff. There's a llama, which I think just gives you meat for some reason. And then there's like the king coral buddy just sat on his throne riding a flying boat. I don't know whose idea that was. It was probably my friend's. Anyway, there's another statue there, another statue there, and another statue there. That structure's still there. We put a dragon on the side of this, and I don't know why. It was just kind of funny and a good idea. This bridge has started to collapse a little, so the gnomes and the bears have tried getting across it, and like tried actually trying to live instead of suffering over there. And then we've built like a little shack on the lake with an NPC that may or may not work. And then there's a plane there that I tried to build, but it kept rolling that way, and I didn't know how to keep it stationary at the time, so I just put wooden barriers around it. Don't mind me. Anyway, the lake's pretty much stayed the same, the ice lake. If you haven't watched last episode, by the way, I really recommend doing so. Anyway, I added spring and like spring trees around and some regular trees and some bamboo around because it's like a spring. Like if it was real, it would have been spring, if that makes any sense. So like the season of the season would have been spring. Anyway, an entrance actually hollowed out for this now, so they're delivering supplies in that way. And they're taking supplies from the swamp biome. Like over here, look, you can see they're taking logs. And then, like, coral buddies just drive up here and start taking resources. I tried to add a few vehicles around, like, in the swamp biome, but since it's, like, bumpy, I just couldn't. Because of how things spawn and stuff. And then at the top of the mountain, I did start adding. I added this so you could just like wait. Yeah, you can just like cannonball out there. That's kind of cool. I also built like a little shack here, which yes, this has the storm device and a few other things around it and stuff. Oh yeah, my friend's tree has like died through the mini story, due to like ashes and dust and stuff getting in the roots, and it just didn't accept the ash and stuff. Anyway, it like died, so now it's like more dead and stuff, which it will be in next season as well. I'm pretty sure I put it in next season. Anyway, that went well. The lava's starting to dry up. Well, not dry up, like go away. Like the rest of it will have leaked out. I put a Snowy Jonesy head up here as well because that went actually like amazingly. The bridge is still here, but I also removed all the snowy trees because, well, I didn't really see the point in them being there if half the biome just got shrunk. And then I put a few more desert rocks around this season. I don't know why. I put a few more around, like Jonesy heads, top of desert skull heads, just to make like big boulder looking things. Yeah, no, like I put a few of these in the swamp biome as well because that actually looks good for some reason. Anyway, the slurp factory got demolished. So now it's like just leaking everywhere. And like overall, this season went really well. The loot pool's balanced, except there's probably not enough chests, but I could probably solve that problem. It's like fair and like just made properly. Wait, did I add slurp in this cave too? Oh, I added a few of these in the cave too. You know, and I upgraded the cave a little bit. You know, did some final touches. You know, blah blah blah. Yeah, but it just went really well this season. Like, obviously the slurp cactuses weren't in yet, so I couldn't put them around. I don't know why there's so much more space in the desert though. It's kind of annoying me. But anyway, the desert village happened. Not much else. So to summarize storyline, meteors hit the island, lava biome appears, space rocks hit the island, vines grow around the mixed swamp biome, mountain got filled with coral buddies. No, mountain is starting to be taken over by coral buddies, and desert coral buddy village has started being built. Coral buddies have transported resources from each location to another. That's all the storyline summarized. Summatized. What am I yapping about? Anyway, that's going to be like pretty much the end of today's video. So, oh my, I got a little bit there. So don't forget to subscribe. Maybe even like the video. I'm not forcing you to. Just please. I'm gonna die. Please. I need the money. Anyway, have a good day and